How's it going, folks? We are now back. It is the next day of our build. So as you can see, it's all dry now. It rained yesterday, so I had to stop. And it's not as sunny as yesterday, but it's nice and breezy. So we're gonna take advantage of trying to finishing up the console table. So right now we're gonna plane these boards, these 2x4s, the 2x8s, and the 2x10s. So now, one side's done, nice and smooth. I don't necessarily have to sand it. Now's the rough part on the other side, and then the edges. So then you just repeat the process, make them smooth, and make them square. I don't know if you can tell. Instead of it being rounded, it's all square right there. Can you tell? That's right, it's square. That's what you want. That way, whenever you add the Kreg holes or the Kreg jig, it's nice and flat. See that? Nice and flat, smooth. Makes it look neat. Since we got both sides sanded from this planer, now we're going to do the top and the bottom edges, or the side edges. So they'll be going in like this, and I'll repeat the process once it's done to the other side, and we'll have perfect rectangle. Almost done. As you can see, the bottom there perfectly square, and these other ends, they're not done yet, they're still rounded. So one more pass and we're done. Okay, that's enough. So this is is the Craig jig, the one that I was explaining earlier. I had recorded the clip earlier, but I had accidentally left it on slow-mo, so I have to do it again. So anyways, this is the Craig jig here. What it does the holes in an angle. That way whenever you put it against another wood, it'll be flat and it'll be strong and tight. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put 2 holes on each side. You got to make sure they're on the same side. And about 3 on the top. Kind of like this here. Like I said, I had this on the other video, but I pooped it. So we got 2 Craig jig holes here and 1 up here. And then we add 3 on one side. That way, whenever you add the tabletop, you can have the tabletop with the nails on each hole. And on another clip I had shown how you could attach it. You see, whenever you add the screws inside the Craig jig holes, it'll be nice and snug, and it's a very strong grip. That's why I like this. I especially use this for whenever I build furniture. It comes handy. So we're gonna add a few more holes, and I'll show you the end of it. What I do here is, whenever I inspect my wood, I look to see which one's the ugly side and the pretty side. Obviously this one's the pretty side, this one's the ugly side. Some say it adds character to the furniture, but I kind of don't like this one. So what we'll do is we'll add the Craig jig holes on this side. That way whenever it's peeking out, you see this part. Like I was saying, we're gonna add the 15-inch boards, 2 on each side and 2 in the middle. As you can see, the Craig jig holes are nice and straight, and you can tell that it's nice and sturdy. This is why I like the Craig jig, because it's nice and sturdy, keeps the wood straight, and that's why I cut the wood. Well, that's why I sanded it with the planer. And it's nice and straight, as you can see. Nice and straight. This one I had assembled, I'm going to lay it on top of the front section of the table, and then I'll nail that one in, and really get the frame of the table. For example, just make sure the line's right. If it's a little crooked, kind of. So this is a completed build of the console table. Got the bottom and the top nice and straight, and all I need is the back braces. I'm either going to put an X brace or a V brace, depends on the wife. By that I'll do it later on. I think I'm going to stain this first. I showed you how, basically pretty much the measurements that you need to cut to make your console table. And it took me all day. It would have took me half a day. It's just that, you know, with this recording and setting up the camera, it takes up more time. But I did that to show you guys. So this is the tabletop. It's made of two 2x10s. And the bottom shelf is two 2x8s. This table is gonna go in the living room. Well, right next to the kitchen table. And Erica has planned to add some decorations on it. I guess it'll be like a holiday decoration holder, I guess. And I'm gonna stain it dark walnut. And that's pretty much the stain that we both like. So we're gonna go with that. And yeah, let me know if you like it. If you want the measurements, I'll post it on the comments. And don't forget to like and subscribe on my videos. I'll be showing more DIYs. And if you think that this is hard, it's not hard. This is pretty much a beginner instruction. All you gotta do is pretty much use the Craig jig and cut these to the appropriate length. But I'm not gonna say I'm a professional woodworker. You know, I guess you could say I'm a novice. And so far I've done about 3 of these, and they turned out pretty good. Before I didn't use a planer, but I think this is my first time using the planer. As you can see, it's all smooth, and I don't have to sand it, which saves up a lot of time. But I'm still gonna sand the edges because the planer doesn't go as far as 10 inches. So that's about it. So I'll be sanding it, and then I'll stain it, put the protective coat on it, and then I'll add the either X braces down here or a V brace. We'll decide. We'll have Erica decide to see which one suits her. Right now we have one inside the living room. Same size. It's gonna be the same color. We have one in the living room, and it's dark walnut. And I believe it's not an X brace. I believe it's a V brace. Don't forget to subscribe.